What's up, guys? Joel Hoffman here, coming to you straight from the underground. Underground motivation, lifting people from rock bottom. Man, today marks 250 days, guys. 250 days that I've been sober, that I stopped drinking. And it's crazy because I can't tell you how many times in my life that I've had that on my list of goals to stop drinking. How many times that I've really thought that it was possible and I just gave in and I made some bullshit excuse, and I always found a reason to make drinking my solution. So it's really kind of amazing, man. I was thinking about it yesterday and it actually made me cry because I really wasn't sure if I could make it to 25 days and to make it this far. Like it really means something to me, man. And it shows me and shows everybody what's truly possible, because I was fucked up, man. Like I was just all my life, man. I always found a way to find a reason to drink, man. Like it runs in my blood. My grandma was an alcoholic. My dad was an alcoholic. It just runs in my fucking blood. It is what it is. And maybe you guys deal with the same thing. So one thing that I want to talk about is one of the reasons why I drank a lot. And that was the pain that I went through. Is like, I would always regurgitate this pain of past experiences in my life, or whatever pain that I was feeling at the time, whether it might be loneliness or me not feeling like I had a reason, or whatever the case was, that I was going through this fucking pain. And what I want to tell you guys is that pain can either do two things. It can either drive you backwards, or you can use it to drive you forwards. You can use it to fucking push you ahead. That pain is something special that you have, that whenever you need extra fuel, you can use that fucking pain. Whenever you need extra motivation, you can use that pain. So don't forget where you've been. If you're at rock bottom, getting up off of it now, don't forget where you're at. Don't forget rock bottom and that pain of rock bottom, because whenever it comes to the time that you're going through hard times and you really have to push through this pain, then to get to the next level, you remember where the fuck that you're at now, and you remember what it's like to go through that pain, and you use that to motivate you. There's so many successful people that are millionaires right now that came from rock bottom, that they'll tell you one thing that drove them was the pain of failure, was that pain of being at the bottom, and the shit that they went through, that they never wanted to go through that again, that they wanted to prove to themselves and the world that they could overcome that and be on the upper echelon, man. There's a lot of people that I know that might have had like poor like jobs as waiters, or really like humble jobs in the beginning, where they had to deal with people that had a lot of money, and they said to themselves, like, I'm not going to let these people be an asshole to me anymore. I'm going to get on their level. So we got to take this pain and do something with it. It can drive you down. It can drive you into the pit if you let it. But if you think about it and you use it as motivation, use that pain, the pain of whatever you may feel. Maybe if you're out of shape, maybe if you've never been in shape your whole life, and you feel pain from maybe somebody making fun of you, or just the way that you feel in the mirror, and you have low self-esteem and low confidence, use that shit to go push yourself in the gym. Use that shit to run a mile. Like, I literally tried to kill myself on the fucking trampoline, not like really suicidal, but I wanted to see how fucking far I could go. And what surprised me was, like David Goggins said, is like, when you think you're ready to quit, you're only at 40%. Whenever I was training to box, this dude, he's professional now, Burley Brooks, man, I was swinging, I was hitting the mitts, he was holding them, and gosh, dog, I thought I was fucking done. And he was like, no, man, keep going, keep pushing. And man, I had a whole nother gear, and I went for like a whole nother minute, and I thought it was impossible. When he told me that, I was so tired. I thought it was just so impossible. But whenever he told me that I keep going, like, this pain of the past kicked in, and I was like, you're right, I'm no fucking punk, I'm no bitch. And like, all this pain kicked in, and I used that to push me. So just take that, guys. Like, the only reason that I've ever been above average at anything in my fucking life is my willingness to go the fucking distance. Like, whenever I was a young athlete and I was playing football, like, if we ran around, when we ran the fucking laps, I was number fucking one. Like, I never quit. I never came off the field. You never say, man, I don't want to play this play because I'm fucking tired. Like, that whenever I go and I do my job, like, the only reason I've been successful at my job is going door to door, man. It's hard. But the only reason I've been successful, what I always tell people, is that I have to be willing to work harder than everybody else that came before me, and I have to be willing to train myself and sharpen my skills to be better than everybody else trains before me. So in order to really be the best at what the fuck I do and be above average at anything, I have to go and give this fucking extreme effort and go the fucking different distance. You guys are going to hear me say that over and over again, because at the end of the day, if you don't want any fucking regrets, You just got to put forth extreme effort. And then at the end of that day, if you put forth extreme effort, whether you win, lose, fail, draw, whatever the case may be, you can feel good about yourself. But I promise you that extreme effort will grow into something else. Every time, remember this, every time you overcome a negative, you gain a positive. You might not see it immediately. You might not see it right away, but eventually you are planting a seed of something positive to come. You are planting, it might grow into something amazing. Just overcome one little negative thing. Just overcoming one negative thought to not go to the bar and go to the gym could propel you to a whole nother level. It could take you to your mind to a whole nother level. So think about those small things that you do use every day, those small decisions that you make every day. Think about that, guys, and overcome those negatives. And every time you do, you might feel like shit at first, or say, man, I really wanted to drink, or I really wanted to do drugs, or I really wanted to lash out on this person, or I really wanted to skip the gym, or I really only wanted to half-ass it today at work. But whenever I overcame that negative, whenever you overcome that negative, you are going to get a fucking reward for it, guys. Trust me on that. So every time you do, just put a little check mark. Just say, that's a reward for later on down the road. I overcame a fucking negative. I overcame a negative thought. Here, I'm going to get a reward later on. And believe in that, guys. Live your life by that fucking motto. So, man, it's not always going to be easy, and understand that, like, whenever it gets hard, that pain is going to be your tool. It's going to have the pain that you've been through that other people haven't been through. Like, sometimes the people like me that have been through a lot of fucking pain, we get jealous of these people that have had this kosher ass lifestyle. And it's like, fuck, man, they've never been through this shit. Why do they have it so good? Why didn't they have to go through the shit that I've been through? And what I'm telling you is, and this is what I truly believe, the amount of pain that you went through, you have a reward. You have this much success on the other side. Those people that only went through this much, they can only grow through this much. You have this much. You have fucking a ton of success on the other side of that pain. So I want you to take that pain and use it to put a smile on your face. Use that shit to drive you. Use it like fuel, guys. Don't use it to drive you backwards. Don't use it to fucking go to drinking and drugging. Don't fucking use it to be negative and depressed. Don't use it to be full of anxiety. Use it to overcome fear. Like, that's one thing I do too. I'm like, man, this shit, I'm scared, but you know what? Fuck it, because I've already been through this pain. How could it be much worse than the pain that I've already been through? Think about that. How can it be much worse than the rejection that you've already been through? If you're wanting to get in a new relationship and you're scared because you've been hurt, how can it be much worse? Like, you've already been through that. Fuck it, let's try again. Go and keep trying. And that's what I'm telling you guys. You gotta fucking keep on. I know some of you guys feel like giving up sometimes. I know some of you guys haven't even started because you're so damn scared that you're gonna fail. Well, I'm telling you right now, this is the time to start. This is the time to keep going, and this is the time to fucking persevere. I know you have it in you. Now take that pain you have and use it to get to the next fucking level.